So, das Gebiet haben wir ja mal. Ich würde mal sagen, erfolgreich ausgelutscht. Der ist jetzt 24, okay. Ich würde mal sagen... Scheiße, sind wir stark. Fuck. Damit hatte ich jetzt nicht gerechnet. Schau mal her. Damit hatte ich jetzt nicht gerechnet. So, aber definitiv würde ich mal behaupten. Oh, Umfeld der Notunterkunftsgebiet feindlich. Ja, guck, jetzt sind hier überall normal so, also so auch im Normalfeld hier Gegner, guck. Alter. Ja, fuck. Ich würde mal sagen, das sollte kein Problem mehr darstellen. Ich bin zuversichtlich. Aber es sind sehr viele Gegner jetzt hier. Muss man fast ein bisschen aufpassen, dass unser Blut reicht. Warum sind wir so scheiße stark, Alter? Okay. Bin zuversichtlich. Ich bin sehr zuversichtlich. So, hier muss ja irgendwo schon Hemden sein.
What on earth happened here?
Tja. 2000 statt 6000 Punkte, aber gut. Alter, guck mal her. Der hat sich da ja hier voll den Leichenbazar aufgebaut. Guck mal her, übel, Alter. Aber er ist weg. Dann holen wir uns noch Lotti Paxton, dann sind alle weg. Ich habe ja einen Verdacht. Dass... Nee, dann werden die vermisst. Ja. Die sind wirklich tot. Tot. Dann werden die nur vermisst. Aber shit, sind wir stark geworden. Hier müsste irgendwo Lotti sein. Da vorne rechts rum, wenn ich mich nicht täusche. War sie. Halt die Klappe. Hallo Lotti. Oder wer immer du bist. Wow. Alter. Wo ist er? Zack. Zack, wieder Punkte. Für uns. Hat die jetzt mehr gebracht als also gute Schauen? Schaut so aus. So, jetzt sind hier alle weg. Das Gebiet ist jetzt auf 0. Die sind alle gesund. Und ich würde sagen, wir gehen jetzt mal East End, oder? Da können wir jetzt halt weitermachen mit der Mission. Denke ich jetzt mal. Hm? Wir brauchen aber definitiv mehr Ausdauer. Ein bisschen. Jetzt auch überall Gegner. Überall. Aber es ist mir relativ egal. Weil... wir gehen jetzt eh hier raus. Von den Docks. Und zwar... schießen wir uns hier rüber. Oder? Ich glaube, wir können uns gar... nicht rüberschießen. Über die Brücke da vorne einfach. Und von dort aus dann ins West End. Hier. Was geht denn hier ab? Ich halte mich raus. Ich finde es interessant gerade. Zack. Wo geht's hier weiter? Wo geht's hier weiter?
Wieso bleib ich stehen?
Hier? Ja. Guck mal, da kämpfen auch welche. Ich glaube, der schafft's nicht. Ich glaube, der hat keine Chance gegen die. Die machen aber auch nicht viel Schaden an ihm, guck mal. Guck mal, der kommt mir nur in die Arme gelaufen. Wir müssen ein bisschen aufs Blut achten, tatsächlich. Der hat geblockt. Wäre blöd gewesen. Ah, Kiste. Finsbury Gate. Stabil. Ach, guck mal, jetzt sind wir schon da. Ja, dann können wir doch eigentlich darauf laufen, oder? Natürlich ist die Tür zu. Natürlich ist die Tür zu. Also müssen wir hier durch. So. Hallo. Wir brauchen nicht ein bisschen Blut. Haben nicht mehr viel. Da. Ja, ja, doch. Schaden ist da. So. Ist jetzt hier irgendwas noch? Die Dogs sind tot. Whitechapel hebe ich mir definitiv auf. Weil immer noch Whitechapel. Also hier. Die kriege ich nicht. Hier sind einfach nur eine Bandstufe zu niedrig. Aber ich glaube, dann brauchen wir jetzt erstmal länger nichts mehr auslutschen. Erfahrungspunkte technisch schaut sehr gut aus, finde ich. Hallo ihr. Warum greifst du mich an? Einzugebiet weggemacht. Boah. Was es ausmacht. Wie stark wir jetzt sind, Alter. So, Lady Ashbys Anwesen. Zuvor würde ich gerne mal die Tür hier aufmachen.
I cannot enter.
Trotzdem verschlossen. Okay. Das soll irgendwo hier sein, das Anwesen hier links. Jo.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Cool. Hallo Lady Ashby. Wir sind auch da. Hi. Ich sollte mal auch ein bisschen Blutkapazität erhöhen das nächste Mal beim nächsten Level.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
Haben wir.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Why do you continue to mock me?
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
Nun, Mary war der mordende Vampir.
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
I felt this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
Mhm.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course, to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Einmal wie krass rot unsere Augen sind und schaut aus, als ob da gleich was zwischen denen läuft, ey.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the Guard of Prewen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first, but it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan.
Hängst du kurz über
Even
Schau?
I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Mhm.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
Ich bin gleich wieder da.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
Ich hab noch schnell was zum Beißen geholt. Ich habe mich heute auch noch nichts gegessen. Also nicht wirklich was.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
Essen darf davon.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Mhm.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Prewen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Ekons I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Ekon on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us as the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your
Alter, unsere
concern
Augen.
warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal, but I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No, I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
Die Augen.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
Mhm. Alter, die Augen, wie geil. Die Augen sind übel geil, Alter. Aber ich habe das Gefühl, die sind erst so krass geworden, nachdem wir die Docks leer gelutscht haben. Kann das sein? Weil mir jetzt ziemlich... Ja, ja. Jetzt sind wir halt Level 30. Dürfen wir halt auch nicht vergessen. Neuer Dialog verfügbar, jetzt schon. Hier auch bei Dr. Swansea. Aha. Wollen wir kurz zu Dr. Swansea? Also ich gehe definitiv jetzt mal hier rein nochmal. Zu Lady Ashbury. Wenn da der neue Dialog, dann machen wir doch gleich. So. So. Außerdem müssen wir uns erstmal noch umgucken. Wo ist Lady Ashbury? Natürlich. Leer looten. Aha. Charlotte Ashbury. Wer ist Charlotte Ashbury? Ach so. Nee. Die heißt doch Elizabeth. Hat die eine Tochter? Vampire können ja Kinder haben?
It's locked.
Ah, guck mal, hier ist sie.
Hello again, Jonathan. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Warte mal kurz.
Goodbye.
Die Kamera ist gerade kacke. So, jetzt hat.
Yes, Jonathan?
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Do you think we shall
Also doch
ever
eine
see
Tochter.
better days? Or at least better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Okay.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Also da läuft jetzt also was zwischen den beiden, würde ich mal behaupten. Einfach mal, hä? So, da ist keine Tür. Ich darf, okay. Gut, dann gehen wir runter und wieder raus. So. Wir gehen erstmal zu Dr. Swansea, bevor wir in den Ascalon Club gehen. Hätte ich jetzt einfach mal gesagt. Und dann schauen wir weiter.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Nee, nee, noch nicht. Noch nicht. Guck mal, hier wäre auch eine Verbindung. Hier können wir dann... Hier sollte man vielleicht echt ein bisschen die Türen über aufmachen dann. Aber ich möchte jetzt erstmal hier raus. Und zu Dr. Swansea. Aber hier wären wir eh... Ah! Jetzt ist die Tür offen. Okay. Wir laufen einfach alles kaputt. So, Dr. Swansea. Was geht? Oder was geht? Auf wen geht ihr? Die sind jetzt aber nicht so stark. Mhm. Mhm. Das Gefühl ist, es passiert immer mehr jetzt. Hier ist immer mehr los, aber so wie sie gesagt hat. Das ist noch nicht das Krankenhaus. Es passiert was in London. Pembroke Hospital, genau. Hier sind wir jetzt im Krankenhaus erst. So, Oswald Thatcher und sowas interessieren uns eigentlich noch nicht. Ui. Ich will halt immer sagen, bevor ich die dann auslutsche, wenn es mal soweit ist, quatsche ich die noch mal kurz an. Irgendwas um rauszufinden vielleicht. Schauen wir mal. So, wir gehen zu Swansea und reden mit ihm. Die Ausdauer ist schon schön, wie viel wir jetzt haben. So.
Hello, Jonathan. Back from the city already? How is the situation over there?
Tense, to say the least.
I'm sure every obstacle will cede to your relentless determination. In the meantime, can I be of any help?
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
Oh, the legendary founder of the Ascalon Club. I'm afraid I cannot help you with that, Jonathan.
Danke.
So you do know him?
All the Brotherhood knows about him is highly confidential. He is dangerously intimate with the royal family and Britain's inner circles.
Are you afraid of him? Is he that dangerous?
No, but since most ancient vampires were killed or fled England during the Great Hunt of 1850, he may be the oldest British vampire. A myth in the flesh, so to speak.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
A sad story, my dear friend. Tragic, in fact. The Brotherhood was betrayed by some of its most trusted members.
Why was it a tragedy?
Not only did the Guard of Prewen hunt down and kill most ancient vampires of England, they also destroyed or confiscated their possessions. Priceless knowledge was lost in just a few nights.
Tell me about the betrayal.
The founders of the Guard of Prewen stole precious and unique documents and reports from the Brotherhood's library when they left. They used them to identify and locate their next targets.
Did you know that Lady Ashbury is an artist? And rather a good one.
Well, actually, yes. I attended an exhibition of her paintings before the war. Beautiful landscapes and stunning portraits. I wish I'd purchased one.
Perhaps we could go to her next exhibition, you and I.
What a beautiful idea, Jonathan. Did you know she told me once she had been a model for famous painters? But she never told me which ones.
I shall return later. Thank you, Edgar.
Okay. Hat uns irgendwie nichts wirklich gebracht, oder? Mal kurz gucken, wenn wir hier sind, da ist keiner krank. Hier niemand. Und da kennen wir jetzt nur Charlotte Ashbury. Und hier, naja. Das ist jetzt auch noch erledigt. Ich glaube, da verlieren die letzten 20% noch. Weil die zwei sind definitiv dead. Die Frage ist, wir sind mega stark. Wir müssten eigentlich niemanden auslutschen. Das Gebiet ist stabil. Wir könnten die zwei. Das lohnt sich nicht. Ich glaube, Pembroke Hospital sollte ich mal erstmal noch lassen. Wobei ich wenig den Guards auf dem Pridwen traue. Und ich denen zutraue, dass sie das Gebiet hier platt machen. Und ich eine WhatsApp-Nachricht gekriegt habe. Wer schreibt mir? Ja, meine Mutter. Da. So. Dann würde ich sagen, ab zum Ascalon Club. Ich habe aber immer noch die Befürchtung, dass die hier vielleicht da wirklich was platt machen. Pembroke Hospital. Weil wir wissen ja, dass der da war. Und es war ein neutrales Gebiet. Eigentlich, aber wenn die jetzt zur nächsten Jagd ausgerufen haben, ist die Frage, ob sie sich überhaupt dafür interessieren, dass es ein neutrales Gebiet ist. Dass denen nicht einfach scheißegal ist. So. Ich glaube, ich komme da vorne nicht durch die Tür durch. Denke ich nicht. Sieht schon wieder so abgesperrt aus. Ja.
It's locked.
Ein neuer Unterschlupf ist nicht, oder? Da drüben. Okay. Mhm. Ich helfe dir, mein Freund. Wieso greifst du mich an, Alter? Du bist genauso wie ich ein Vampir, Alter. Wieso greifst du mich an? Ich glaube, wir müssen hier entlang, um hier rüber zu kommen. Denke ich jetzt einfach mal. Wir laufen aber erstmal hier rum. Vielleicht gibt es ja irgendwas noch so zum Schauen, zum Gucken. Also ja, gut, hier Gegner. Alter. Ich habe den großen gewonnen-hittet. Okay, ich behaupte, wir sind mittlerweile echt stark, kann das sein? So, gucken wir mal, das war ja der eine Weg hier rüber, oder? Ui. Und die Tür ist zu. Kriege ich sie auf? Ja. Die Tür wurde aufgeschlossen. Perfekt. Mehr will ich gar nicht. So. Alter. Wir sind echt stark geworden. Wir sind echt scheiße stark geworden. Alter. Hallo? Hallo? Jetzt hat. Aber warum greifen wir uns die Vampire an? Das macht doch überhaupt keinen Sinn. Oh, da ist ein großer. Den mache ich weg. Mit dem Flock? Mit dem Flock. Okay. Ups. Ich häng. Hilfe. Jetzt. Okay. Das ging schneller als erwartet. Aber gut. Bringt uns das was? Eigentlich? Nö. So, das ist jetzt der Weg, oder? Ja, ich denke, das ist der Weg. Ui. Die andere Tür ist dicht. Ansonsten würde ich jetzt keinen anderen Weg hierher sehen. Bin ich? Aha. Ach, ich glaube, ich soll hier zugucken. Ja. Kann ich wieder rennen?
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners. Stupid beast!
Okay, die halten hier schon ein bisschen mehr aus wieder. Tür wurde aufgeschlossen. Ah, okay. Gar nicht mitgekriegt, dass sie zu war. Ich habe beziehungsweise gar nicht gesehen. Ich gucke mich einfach um gerade. Immer noch kein Sheffield Import, okay. Sieht mir ziemlich aus, als ob man hier rauf kann. Irgendwie so ein bisschen, oder? Jo. Jo. Zugesperrt. Deswegen ist es rot. Brauche ich gar nicht weiter gucken. Oh, ich glaube sogar, ich bin sogar hier richtig. Das ist der Weg, die Verbindung zu Whitechapel, okay. Warte mal, aber hier schaut es aus, ob es weitergeht, aber hier oben war doch nochmal eine Treppe, da gehen wir doch mal rauf. Die gucken wir uns doch noch an. Ah, hier ist auch zu. Komme ich auch nicht hin. Okay, hinfällig. Dann gehen wir doch da unten rum. Und schauen da drüben einmal hin.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Ah. Was bringt mich das hier, das Rumschießen?
Oh mein Gott. Danke fürs...
Ah.
You Londoners are no match for me. What are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore.
Ach so, den haben wir gerade gerettet schon.
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reed, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Habe ich gar nicht mitgekriegt. So, dann looten wir hier mal schnell alles durch ein bisschen. Also, viel ist es eh nicht. Gut. Und raus mit uns. Habe ich gar nicht mitgekriegt. So. Wo geht's hier hin? Hier geht's hier hinter. Will ich da schon hin? Weiß ich nicht. Ich möchte eigentlich erstmal hier unten so ein bisschen mich umschauen. Vor allem muss ich erstmal gucken. Hier soll irgendwo ein Unterschlupf sein. Guck mal, hier kann ich auch rein. Was bringt mir hier zu sein?
Fresh water. As long as it's not holy water, I may find some use for it.
Mhm. Frisches Wasser. Okay. Soll ich mich da unten auf dem Marktplatz schon noch mal kurz umgucken? Aber da schaut nicht aus, ob es was gibt, ne? So. Alter. Die ist voll krass unterwegs. Ja. War das die platzt? Nö. Ich habe gedacht, diese sind die platzen. So, irgendwo soll hier ein Unterschlupf sein. Aber wo? Ich denke... Hier soll doch ein Unterschlupf sein. Aber ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl nicht auf der Seite. Ah doch, hier oben, guck. Unterschlupf. Kleiner Schlüssel. Die Werkbank, wieso halt überhaupt nicht hier reinpasst. Also ich mache einfach mal 2 davon. Weil, warum nicht? Ah, kann man noch nicht. Und hier auch noch nicht. Wo bin ich hier? Schaut mal so komisch aus. Als Unterschlupf. Blumen von der Tür? Die Tür wurde aufgeschlossen? Okay.
I remember Sunday.
Aubrey's erster Brief?
Mother.
Es ist ist unser Haus.
Jonathan, is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Die weiß, dass wir ein Vampir sind und tot.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pale as my Mary.
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson, and my son-in-law, you're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
Okay. Also ist sie leider Balla.
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt game. Do you know anything about them?
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little games for you when you were a boy. Don't you remember?
I remember now. He used to post me these riddles, as though they were sent by a mysterious games master. I'd spend weeks trying to decipher them.
Your father was always so proud each time you found the answer. He was not just the serious doer banker everybody thought he was.
I was proud too. How could I forget that?
The important thing is that you remember it now. I'll tell your father the next time I see him. He'll be so happy.
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that. He was your father's confidant, more than I.
Okay. Aber wird sie ein bisschen ballerballer. Okay, das haben wir rausgefunden.
Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Okay. Aber ich hätte jetzt nicht gedacht, dass wir hier zu Hause sind. Das war ein bisschen überraschend gerade. Deswegen als Unterschlupf.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Mhm.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Mhm.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I lived.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Irgendwie werde ich gerade müde schon wieder. Ich könnte momentan schlafen ohne Ende.
You really think I don't take enough care of myself, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Dann haben wir halt einfach mal direkt alle voll gemacht.
Goodbye, Avery.
Und wir sollten mit der Mutter noch mal oben reden.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
So. Wir gucken uns natürlich weiter um hier. Noch ein bisschen. Ui. Alter Brief. Ja, mach doch den alten Brief auf, Alter. Den wollte nicht aufmachen. Okay. Der ist dann... Wo ist er? Wo ist er? Wo ist das Inventar? Alter Brief. Okay, keine Ahnung. So, wir gehen mal kurz zur Mutter rauf. Die ist hier. Oh, guck mal. Da habe ich sogar was vergessen zu looten.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I chose to stay away. I didn't want to put you in danger.
How can you put me in danger, my son? You're dead, just like everyone else. And the dead can't harm the living. Can they?
Okay, wir brauchen noch ein paar Hinweise.
Goodbye, Mother.
Aber sonst okay.
Please come back soon.
Würde ich tatsächlich aber hier hinten weitermachen. Hier wieder raus. Gehen. Wo ich gerade herkam. Und mich hier rum weiter erkunden. Hier rechts rum. Hier. Weil da ist noch so ein Nebenraum. Mensch, Junge. So, Teile einer guten Griffswaffen kriegen wir tatsächlich relativ viel sogar. Okay, was hat's hier mit auf sich? Ich weiß es nicht. Alter. Jetzt hat. Okay. Das war irgendwie... Ah, guck mal, da kann ich mich raufschießen. Ah. Tür wurde aufgeschlossen. Perfekt. Und jetzt hat. Kleiner Beutel mit Ramsch. Hier gibt's gar nicht viel. Leider. Aha, jetzt bin ich da. Da direkt wieder Blut auffüllen. Wo kam der jetzt her?
It's locked, all right.
Hier ist auch verschlossen. Stopp. Kacke, warum ist denn alles zugesperrt? Ich will doch nur reingucken. Hier. So. Und hier? Ist die Tür auch offen? Okay. Okay, das ist keine, die platzt. Okay. Na dann. Gehen wir doch die Tür hier durch. Ach, jetzt sind wir da. Okay. Dann kann ich, glaube ich, ganz normal ins West End jetzt hier rüber links. So, West End.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Ich quatsch gleich mal mit dir. Direkt mal anquatschen.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Mhm.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Meine Freundin ist gemein zu mir.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, May I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich?
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Neue Untersuchung, okay.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so... alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Ooh.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
So, das letzte.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life? Since you've obviously given it a lot of thought.
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Stop playing this game at once, Charlotte. This is unworthy of you, of your mother, and of myself.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed. Please forgive me. That was stupid.
Hat sie sich gerade uns rangemacht, ha?
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been
Schrecklich.
quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Okay, da vorne ist der Ascalon Club, so wie es ausschaut. Jo. Wir haben aber hier ganz viele Menschen, die wir anscheinend erkunden können. Angucken können. Dann würde ich sagen, machen wir kurze Pause.